From me.
2 people, shit, 3 people. 4 people.
That's weird.
Yeah. I can hear it.
I hear it too. It's,
well,
you know,
let's see.
this
If he has no, audio. Brenda has no audio. Michael has no audio. Sue has no audio.
Facebook, what are you doing to me?
I'm hearing it on Facebook.
I'm hearing it. I'm seeing it. I'm living it. I'm loving it.
Oh, Brenda said it's okay now.
And that was some of the funniest stuff I've ever said in
Okay.
my life, too.
How? How about now? Audio? Just echo, Gail said.
Just echo.
Echo.
That's a Facebook thing. If you want, we'll all hold our breath and hope it
No,
goes.
Gail's
No,
watching from something
no,
else.
I'm kidding. What is this little dot? I have a dot up here. I'm not recording anything. This is great. I don't know. Man, listen, you know what? I'll tell you one thing. Don't do anything on camera or anywhere else that you don't want the whole world to see. This is not...
What does that mean?
It means...
Echo gone. That's what it means. Echo gone.
It means that these are very, very well-documented times. To be honest with you, I think that that's perfect for now, for me. Now that I'm not
When
an
you were
outlaw.
on stage, it was pretty well documented.
What?
You heard me?
No, I'm talking about if I had a cell phone with a camera in it back then.
Well,
Well, what?
that's obvious.
Well, okay. And your point?
My point is, price of everything is going up except for
Tea.
ice cream and hot dogs. Figure that out. Ice cream and hot dogs.
Because nobody's getting
They
pregnant.
said on the news. Wouldn't that be pickles and ice cream?
Well, I know about as much about pregnant as you do. Which
Thanks,
is
Dave.
Oh, all right. So let's say Dave. Why don't we give Dave the red flare?
Okay.
The red flare of gratitude. Come on. Cool, right? Let's wait.
There you go.
And 20 seconds later, I get to watch it over there. And another 5 seconds later, I get to watch it over there. And I'm very easily amused. So, let's see.
Yes, Tim, inflation sucks, but go buy some ice cream and you won't feel it.
Yeah, go buy some ice
Have
cream.
some
man.
hot dogs and then
Tell
have
you
some
what,
ice
they're
cream.
having 2-for-1 sales. I don't know. I haven't been in it. Well,
Oh,
What?
Kitty's on her lounge chair with her cat Sydney.
oh, well, speaking of our lounge chairs, that's very interesting that you would say that. I bet that you would bring up the lounge chairs because, you see, some people were concerned.
Some people didn't
that-
know how to get a lounge chair.
What?
Some people said they didn't know how to get a lounge
All you
chair.
gotta do is snap your fingers.
You must have missed that part of the show.
Well, no, there they are.
Oh, I love pistachio ice cream and so
Where'd they
does
go?
Steve.
Oh, there they are. Okay,
We
they're
love
back.
pistachio ice cream too, Sue.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh, and Brenda said you're right. Ice cream is on sale. LOL.
yeah, because
know.
if they don't, because it, yeah.
Hey, man.
I don't know. You know what?
We had ice cream last weekend.
We've got a couple of choices. We can either farm our own land, which we could because where we live is
We're growing monarchs.
we're growing butterflies right now. But we could farm. This is zoned to have animals and what do they say, livestock and what else?
And where we are?
Yeah, in
Oh, we
here.
could have like chickens and goats and stuff, but I'm not having that.
No, but I'm just saying, if
If something happened to one of them, oh my God! If a raccoon got one, no. Okay, so here's some new lawn
can
chairs.
grow.
Now, the one on the right, the lounge chair, is Kitty's.
okay,
The
yeah.
one in the middle,
Go ahead
the
and
black
pass
and
them out.
white, is Lori Richardson's. And the second from the left, the slingback, is Sue Lacente's. So the other ones are free. Lawn chair people.
Available.
You have to pick one though.
Got to pick one.
If
Got to
you
pick
want
one.
one.
I mean, if you don't want one,
don't.
don't even think twice about it because it's in a second. Boom. Whoa! Now you got the bean bag. Oh no bean bag. Okay. Well, anyway. So what?
Beanie.
So let's see.
Oh, we got
What?
Mr. OG in the house.
Oh, OG. Let me see. Where is OG? I
Where
don't
is
see
he?
him.
He's
Well,
right
because now I can kind of see people over here. You know, on the blue-green one. What's blue-green one? Oh well, I don't know. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm trying to. There's some stuff that is supposed to keep everything in real time, which I don't know that could even happen in my world. But real time is supposed to happen at some point, and I understand that my trusty sidekick
Who?
Angus
Ah.
is
His daughter has some kind of.
daughter has some
performance.
sort of a live performance, and that's one of the reasons that we that you get out of work is live performances. But look what I found today. As weird as this is.
What? Oh, Rat Race Choir matches.
Yeah, they're backwards though.
Hard to see, too.
Yeah, there. How's that? That's like stamped into silver.
Yeah, those were pretty cool. They looked, not cheapy. They didn't light very well, though.
No, well, I went through more than my share of them, but oh no.
But they looked very nice.
Yeah, they were good. Anyway, so I'm flying along through space. Where is everybody tonight? Actually, maybe. Well, everybody knows it's 10 after. I get a message from my buddy Gene. That's great. Where are you, Gene? Oh, come on.
What you doing, Remy?
He's just digging holes in the carpet. Where did he go?
Stevie.
Oh, it was a text. Excuse me, dear. Oh, somebody's here. Oh no, that's Dee Dee Donna. Who's here? Let's see. Come in. Ooh, everybody's here.
Yeah, it's free for all.
It is free. Yeah, we're free for rolling. What's that? Why do we have that? I don't want that. The stuff's freaking out.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, good. Well, how are you doing, guys? Man, I tell you what, I've got this touchpad and it's being a little touchy.
Booker, I love that background. That is sharp.
The original Star Trek Enterprise bridge.
Classic bridge.
Yeah, but it's so clean. Like it's not from the TV show. Like it's someone took a picture of it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
He's got the sisters in his business, and he's got it in his backyard.
Hi, Joe.
How you doing, Laurie?
Hey,
Guys,
Lori.
Joe. Oh,
Hey, Steve, Booker, Joe, Lenny.
What's going on?
Lori.
Tom, look, you're
Hey,
in the
Lenny.
Great Wall of Sound.
Oh, is this thing on?
Ding, nice to see you.
Uh-oh.
There's a hole in the Great Wall of China. What's that about? Are those the Great Stairs of China?
Yeah, along the wall they have these different areas where you could go down inside, and they built bathrooms in some of them or some sort of crap down there.
Can't wait to go into one of those. Anybody done the Great Wall?
Never been to the Great Wall.
Okay. Well, we have some takers on the lawn chairs.
Okay. We're giving out.
Brenda wants
Lenny,
to-
how's the weather down there, bud?
Very, very nice. Beautiful night.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice. And
too.
Joe, I see you've got Entwistle Space Rig behind you.
I switched to a wall of sound since Tom had the Great Wall. I've got the Great Wall of Sound.
Great Wall of Sound.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great Wall of
Not to
Sound.
be confused with the Wall of Sound, Phil
No,
Spector.
yeah, Phil Spector.
And we lost Ronnie, so.
Now,
Yeah.
how long did they get to use that PA, Joe?
Well, it was always evolving, but it started in around 71 or 2, and then the wall ended when they took their hiatus in 74 or 5, around there. when the Grateful Dead
Okay,
movie
so
is
it had
toward
a-
the end of the wall.
Had like a lifetime of about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
And they trucked it around for all that time.
Yeah, there were 2 of them, and so they leapfrogged, and they would set up. Took about 27 guys because back then, like they didn't use motors to pull that stuff up. They had pulleys and rope and winches, and they pulled it.
Wow.
You got to watch.
I
Like,
always thought that was amazing. I thought it was crazy, but I thought it was amazing.
they literally would tie rope around each box as they brought it up, and so like that right there is all Jerry. That's all guitar, right? And that is all bass. And at one point, some of the speakers there in the bass at one point, Phil's was quad, so some of those speakers would be the E string, some of them would be the A string, the D string, and the
actually
G
did
string.
that.
Yeah, separate strings
I
for
remember
each.
hearing about it, but I
yeah.
said, nah.
Yeah, but by the time it got off the stage,
It was all mixed, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean,
well-
it's very forward thinking. It certainly is very forward thinking.
It was the beginning
Yes.
of the line array because down at the bottom, the band only heard the speakers near them, right? So they mixed themselves. There was no sound man and there was no PA, no PA system. There was that was vocals, and the little version of that was piano. And each microphone had a volume control on it. And so the theory was if they sounded blended to themselves, then they would be blended to the audience because the audience was hearing all the stuff coming out the top.
And how did that
So
work out?
did it work?
Did it work?
Did it work?
Yeah.
I think in general it worked really well for the instruments. I think the vocals they used these microphones that they had 2 of them and they were out of phase.
Binaural.
And so they only sang into one and it eliminated the background noise, but it made everything sound pretty tinny and mid-rangey. I mean, later, later they went to, they got those rubber mats. I mean, the kids watching the show aren't going to get this, but there used to be rubber mats you stepped on before the door opened in the supermarket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So they put those in front of the microphones, and when they stood on them, the mic came on, and when they stood off of them, the mic was off. So
I
that
always
was
thought
how,
that was a
instead
great
of
idea.
gates, they literally, when they stepped up to sing, the mic came on, and when they stepped off the mat, the mic was off.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
John
but
Mayer
after a
and
while-
you know, a
They
lot
use
of
that
the
technology
alembic,
anymore?
all of that started. Rick Turner, the alembic bass that Entwistle played came from that whole world there. You know?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't the guy who designed this, wasn't it on acid that he saw all of this?
No, well, actually,
At
he
the
made
time?
the acid. That was Owsley Stanley.
Well, that was a good
Oh.
trip.
He made Purple Haze, as well as
Oh.
other stuff. But it was
I
it
thought-
was his Purple Haze that was written about.
Oh, but I thought he actually was on acid one day and he was seeing the sound, and that's where they came up with this concept.
Yeah, I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I don't think Owsley really tripped much, but he made the acid that fueled the mid to late '60s.
He's part of one of my big stories. I'll tell you that.
And he only ate meat. He also supported the band in the '60s. He paid for everything. So they started, their PA was a couple of A7s that he bought and some Macintosh amps, and then he paid for all of this. And part of the reason he built this was he got busted and went to jail, and didn't really want, when he came back, he was replaced because there was a new sound man, Dan Healy. So instead, he said, well, maybe we need a PA without a sound man. So
Ooh.
there was a certain something else going on there, I suspect, but that's just me. I'm not part of the inner circle. So what do I know? But that's what I think.
We could
I could ask. Would you like to know for sure?
We know
Sure.
Bill Richmond's son.
Yeah.
Well, you can't ask Owsley because he's not here anymore.
No,
Owsley,
but okay,
Owsley
I'm sure
died. He went
Justin
to, but Owsley only ate meat. And when I worked with Hatuna with Yorma said, he said we were serving something backstage, and he goes, vegetables. Owsley said that's what the food eats, because he only ate meat, nothing else, only meat.
Bread even?
Sounds good to me.
Ah.
He was 100% carnivore.
Yeah, 100%.
hmm
So vegetables are what the food eats.
Wow. That's oh, okay.
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, whatever feeds your cow.
Well, what were you going
I
to say? You
find-
had a story, Steve.
No, I said he was. I said Osley was a big part of a story. If you want to hear, I'll tell you the story.
Tripping
We
story.
were in high school, and the singer. So this had to be 68, no 69 maybe. There was a place our White Plains High School was massive. It was like a college. There were like 3,000 students in three, juniors, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And why go to school? There's tennis courts all over the place. There's an Olympic swimming pool. I mean, it was just ridiculous because at that time, White Plains was the biggest growing city in the country. You know how that
My
is.
school didn't have any of that.
Yeah, no. The school didn't even have doors for like a couple of years. So anyway, it had doors with no handles. We're Larry and I, the keyboard player and I, are walking around the back of the school where you're pretty sure not to get seen by anybody if you're cutting class because it was all where the sports shit was, and we see in the distance our singer is sitting in the woods, right? So we said, "Oh wow, let's go over there and see what's up."
Yeah, it's up to no good.
We were
you know
looking.
that.
No, we were looking for a place to smoke a joint, right? So we go over and he's sitting on a rock in the woods behind the tennis courts. Perfect place, beautiful, like a fall afternoon, and
Yeah, and his brothers used to sell drugs.
yeah, and we said, "Hey man, you want to smoke this joint?" He said, "Yeah." You guys want to do some acid? And we said, "Oh, okay." And he had purple Osley, and so we each, took one. We started smoking the joint, and all of a sudden, the South House director, because it was run like a college, comes out, "Caught you! Caught you! Caught you!" We're going to the somebody, whoever, whatever it was, the director's office right now, smoking cigarettes on school grounds.
Cigarettes.
Okay, this is a frickin' day off for sure, right? So he takes us up to the guy's office, right, and the three of us are sitting there, so we got rid of the joint, and all of a sudden everybody's like,
This trippy story.
ooh, the singer's like reading a magazine upside down, going, I can read this. I can read this. And the keyboard player, who was like tripping anyway, it was just,
He's like the one that looked like the guy
yeah,
in Star Trek.
he was Trelane. Right,
Trelane.
the one
Yeah.
called Trelane.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of,
Mousy?
yeah. So, we all start coming on in this guy's, we're in the waiting room of the school, whatever he's,
Principal.
wherever you go. Hey, Mouse.
To get
Hey, Mousy.
Hi.
Hello, Mousy.
Hi,
So
everybody.
I'll catch you up real quick. Trelane, the old singer, and I got busted for smoking a joint, which they thought was a cigarette.
At school.
But we had taken some acid, and now we're waiting to get expelled for smoking a cigarette
And
on
the
school
acid
grounds.
is kicking in.
And the acid is kicking in while we're in the
Purple
waiting
Osley.
room. So all of a sudden, the door. I mean, who knows why? This is like, it's like life's starting to get fun. This is great. And all of a sudden, the guy comes out of his office, and it's like, and we're like, I'm like, oh man, and I don't know how we got through that whole thing because we had to go into his office, and I don't know if they're seeing what I'm seeing or what's going on. And so it's you smoke cigarettes and you're skipping class. This is it. You're getting suspended. You can spend the rest of the day at home. How did everybody get to school? I drove them. Well, you're going to have to leave your car here and have your mother's come and pick us. My mother's working. So is mine. So is mine. I said, but you know what? I will drop everybody off and go right home. And Mr.
Cleaver.
Mr. Tremondo, and all right. Meanwhile, now this car does wheel stands, right? It's like a Mustang that's just tweaked to the nines. Anyway, so we leave. We go downtown to Macy's, and we're sitting on the in White Plains on the bench right outside of the Macy's big picture window. And Trelane, Larry goes in, gets in the window, and does a mannequin. And he was always kind of well dressed, so it like worked. It was life. I don't know, Mousy, if you ever saw him do the mannequin, but so all of a sudden, it just and it was like so
And they were tripping.
freaky. And so Chris and I are sitting on, we're like, and this old lady comes walking down the street. She's got 2 shopping bags, and she's hunched over, and she's looking at the clothes and the thing, and she goes down to the next model, and she gets in front of Larry, and Larry goes, she dropped her bags, almost fell out into the street, and then 2 security guards come and get him and take him out of the window, right? Now, my friend and I are tripping. We got to figure out where they're taking him, because, I mean, it's got to be part of the game, right? So they take him someplace, you know, where the stock room with those metal swinging doors, and he's just sitting in an office, and there's nobody around. And and Chris and I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, the guy told me to wait here." I said, "And you're waiting here? Get the fuck out of here!" And so we ran away, and that was my Osley story. Yeah, and
Hey, Joe.
Aruba.
There we are.
Yeah.
Hi, Rich. Hey, hello, everybody. Good evening.
How you
and
doing?
welcome.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich.
How we
Hey,
doing down
what's up,
there?
brother? Wow, you guys are all in control rooms and shit. Look at me.
Well, no, Lenny's.
Hey, you're in Aruba.
No, you're in Aruba. Tom's on the Great Wall of China.
Right? Lenny's
Yeah,
Lenny's-
I'm in the home office.
Hey, Mousy, I have
Hey.
somebody here that wants to say hello to you.
Stop it.
Oh boy.
Hi, Jan. Oh my God. How are you?
And we got a birthday boy.
It's Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Okay, so real quick, this is Jan and Bob, who are from New Jersey.
Hey. Sorry, we got to sing happy birthday to Bob when you're.
Okay.
Remy, you
Okay, ready.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Who's going to
One, two, three. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, guys. Hey, boy, that was great. I think someone was a little flat there. Somebody was a little flat, but
I think it might have been the dog. Might have been the dog.
Mousy, you were saying something. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just telling everybody here in our little chat, Jan and her husband, Bob, are down in Aruba visiting. And I said, when you go down, go see my friend, Rich Verge. They've never met him before.
How good is this?
That's so cool.
So, and
You know-
Jan, actually, I met Jan a million years ago when she was working at Mascara Music. She's a realtor now, but I met her. She was working at Mascara Music in Belleville, New Jersey, which everybody who's ever passed through that area, every band ever got all of their equipment. That right? So that's where Jan's from. And I look at, I'm hooking up people all over the world. Look at that. That's so cool.
Great.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty
All
cool.
right.
It is.
The magic of technology.
Man, no kidding.
Yeah.
I know we bought stuff at Masara Music.
Everybody did.
Yeah, man, me too.
That was the only place to go that you could
Boy.
get real stuff that wasn't like toys from Sears.
Well, yeah, if you were there. Well, for
Yeah,
us, I mean,
yeah.
we were in New York. We,
Yeah.
Rat Race we had the places on the island and in Westchester. But yeah, if you needed something out there, that was the place to go.
Yep. And Jan was the person to hook you up.
I bet you
There she is.
All right,
Go ahead,
Jen.
pay tribute. Pay homage. Wow, what is that? Ah! Boy. What's going on?
We're just we're telling acid stories.
You know, the usual daily.
Just idle chit chat.
I don't think Jeff's coming in tonight because he had eye surgery yesterday.
Oh.
Whoa.
So, although it went really well,
Okay.
and he said his vision's still a little blurry, and I begged him to please come in and wear a pirate patch, but I don't think he's going to do it.
Has anybody had that surgery? Has anybody had eye surgery? Oh, great.
The hand has.
God, we can't find the camera. I had it. I had it.
Guys, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Good night, everybody.
Bye, thank
Good happy
you.
birthday, Bob. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay,
Bye, wife.
signing off from Aruba. I gotta get back to work.
Go ahead, back to work
Bye.
for you, my man.
Sing a
See
song
ya.
for Bob. Oh, that was great.
Look
that you
at
hooked him
this.
up now.
You sent them to see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know him.
That's
No, they never been to
fantastic.
each other before.
That's so cool.
You see
Yeah,
it?
it's fun. Yeah, well, you know, it's a small world. Lenny? What?
He's doing something. He's smoking.
And all of a sudden he's not waiting. He's shy. Lenny's shy all of a
Yeah.
sudden.
Yeah.
He usually smoke right out in the front.
The stuff he's smoking now must be illegal.
Well,
let's get that to a lab and test it.
So I thought of something. You know, I'm always looking for the interesting angle of things, and I thought, out of all the guys that we've all played with, right? I mean, we've all, right?
oh yeah, this is a question. We had Paul Cooper on, the drummer from Kashmir, last night, and he asked him this question, and he said, "I'm going to ask my Free for All Friday group."
If you had to be stranded like in the woods or something in a survival
Like on Amazing,
situation,
what's that
like on
show?
Naked and Afraid,
But, you know,
right?
you don't have to.
But you don't have
worry
to be
about
naked.
that.
You probably should be afraid, but you don't have to be naked.
Yeah.
If you could be out in the woods,
Survival.
right? Survival for a week
Yeah.
with one guy that you've played with,
Yeah.
who would it be?
Yeah. Who would you trust to be? You know,
Is there somebody that you have to rely on to keep you alive? Like
Keep
that
me
kind of
alive.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nuts, and you wouldn't kill him.
Do you know the premise of the show?
Yeah, I love that show. I'm like obsessed. Yeah.
Okay, well, we guessed some people out of you guys. And
Yeah.
I think the final one that we thought might be the best to have out there would be Mousy.
Oh yeah, we
really?
thought, yeah, we
Yes. We
out of
guessed.
these
We
guys.
thought, yeah, we thought
No, it's who
Booker.
they. No, it's who they would
Yeah,
take
but you and I were guessing. We said Booker would be good, we think. He would probably
because he
know
could
something.
carry me if I got hurt.
Right, and then Paul said something I don't know about Lenny, and we said, hey, he's not good with electronics, but he might be good in the woods.
He's good, you know.
Right? And I said, you know what though? I bet Mousy would be able to figure out how, how to cook some shit, how to catch some shit, how to stay dry.
Then I said, all right, so who would you take with you?
Out of everybody you've
Booker,
ever
out of
played
everybody
with.
you've ever played with, doesn't matter. Who would you take? We got one guy, a week in the woods,
We all said Angus we would not take.
and you can bring one thing. You can bring one thing from your rig.
One thing from my rig.
Yeah,
Oh,
one thing from your
oh.
rig.
Yes.
And who would you
That
be
would
out
help
there
you
with?
in the woods.
And they
Okay, I would take the drummer I played with Leela Downs with. His name is Yayo Cerca. He's from Chile. He actually he was a sheep herder in Chile. Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
And he's been to Antarctica.
With the
So he had pictures of himself next to, emperor penguins and stuff like that. So
That's city
I would
boy.
take him with me because I know he knows how to survive.
Wow.
Okay.
And what would you bring from your rig as your one item that you could take with you?
That would help
From
you
my-
out in the woods.
That would help me out in the woods.
Yeah.
Well, that would help you
I
survive.
pick my least favorite bass so I could set it on fire and keep warm.
Steve would take a bass
There we
drum.
go. See, I personally would take a bass drum because anything that I wanted to take along with me, I could use. I could roll it, right?
He could get in it and
Put all
it
my
on
shit
top
in
of
there, and then I could prop it up. And when it rains, take one of the heads off. I got shelter.
Mhm.
I could turn it upside down, fill it with water, cool off, bathe,
Yep, to catch rain.
and I'll bet you I could get some drum company to give me some money.
Okay, so you would just burn your bass.
Burn least favorite instrument. The least favorite one.
His least favorite one. See,
And
okay.
the truss rod I could use after that. It'd be a good weapon.
Spear or some sort.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes, is that bass heavy, Booker? You're going to be carrying that through the woods,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but carry it through the city. You can carry it through
Tie
the
a
woods.
rope around it and
Now remember,
some
heavy is
vines.
relative. So
Oh, shit.
I've benched 400 pounds. I've leg pressed over 1,000.
Right.
18 pounds.
There you go.
Okay.
He's fine in the woods.
Okay.
Okay,
With
so
the-
I just made my decision. I'm taking Booker.
There you go.
All right.
Good
Because
decision.
he's
All
strong.
right.
And
All right.
and the obvious answer for me is that you take duct tape or gaffer's tape.
Duct tape.
But have to have it.
Yep.
The universe.
Yep. You could make a suit out of it so you didn't get
Yeah.
hit, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you could make a hut by taping the sticks together.
you could do anything with it.
I
know.
love duct tape.
It's
Okay,
the
so
best.
who's next on the hit
So,
parade?
yeah, so
Joe Costelli.
Joe Costelli.
I'm racking my brain to think about who I would take. I've got a long list of who I wouldn't take.
Yeah, me too.
Well, just I can make it easier for you to decide who you would take.
Well, go to
If you
somebody
don't
else
decide
and let him
soon,
think
you have to
about it.
take
Take me.
Angus.
Take me. Take me.
Well, Angus, I mean, really, anyone in this group would be great. I mean, they all have strengths. Lenny would be a blast. Angus would be great. You underestimate Angus.
I do
In a
never
pinch.
underestimate
In
Angus.
a pinch,
No.
in a pinch, he'll come up, and plus, he'd be entertaining the entire time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Booker's a solid dude, so you could trust him. He's got high integrity. Tom, I think, would be really brilliant, like the professor on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah,
I
You
think
can
he
make a
could
radio
figure
out of like
everything
coconuts
out.
and stuff. Yeah.
You know, Lenny's super resourceful, has lots of experience. Mousy, of course, we know she can do everything, and
You can only pick one.
I know that's the problem. How do I only
We
take
could
one?
do XL. We could do XL. We could,
I mean,
There you go.
man tribes and then meet
Different
up.
slots. Yeah.
or maybe I'd take a laptop and then just Zoom with everyone, and then I could ask you all how to fix whatever it is that I would do.
How you
Right?
plugging that baby in?
Yeah, how do I get
Oh,
this
well, is there
tiger off
power?
my neck?
Oh, when you do Naked and Afraid, there's no power, right?
no
You're just
power.
out
There's
there.
no nothing.
Right.
There's nothing.
No. And I'll tell you something, I've done, well, now I haven't been on the show, but I work with the guy who does the music for the show, so I've written a bunch of stuff for a bunch of seasons.
So we started watching.
And I
to
never,
listen for
I
his
had no
music.
idea what this was or what I was supposed to write or how I was supposed to do it and so on and so forth. And so he said to me, well, it's people who are tired and hungry, people who are hot and hungry, people wwho are lost and hungry,
You are angry.
people are angry and hungry. And he said, just, and so I'm thinking, well, okay,
People who are being stalked by animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had
Yeah.
to watch the
Yeah,
show.
so I have to
Oh,
watch
I
this
love that
thing.
show. I love it.
Scott DeBoy. There's Scott DeBoy.
Hey.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Hey, I'm good.
I
How are
just
you
wanna-
guys?
I just want to know one thing
Good,
on Naked
everything's
and
good.
Afraid. There's a couple of times I've watched it where I said, if I was stuck with this person in the woods, they would be dead.
And then you could eat.
I would-
And then you
I'm
could
gonna
eat.
say, then you'd have something to eat.
I would strangle them in their sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
God, yeah.
Oh, oh Scott, you're playing tonight?
Yes, Scott, are you playing?
Tomorrow night we're in at Penn's Peak in Jim Thorpe, PA.
Congratulations for having a gig in January.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking the other day, how when you book them too close to New Year's, sometimes it seems to hurt the draw.
Or COVID
Yeah.
could hurt the draw.
Yeah, that's it, you know, there's no formula now, man. There's,
No,
There's no
definitely
formula.
not.
Like flies down here.
Nah, there's no formula.
Well, yeah, well, the best part is that I was in Fort Lauderdale this morning. In northern New Jersey now, and when we load out tomorrow, it will be 2 degrees in Jim Thorpe.
Oh,
Ooh.
Can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be, it's
Yeah,
supposed to
no,
be
the
six.
temperature. The
It's supposed to be
temperature's
6
dropping
tonight,
drastically.
tomorrow morning, 6 degrees.
Yeah, I something
Yeah.
like that.
Preparation?
I took the dogs out for a walk. I live in Little Falls, so I like took the dogs out for a walk today, and all of a sudden the wind, like the dogs are small, so their little legs started like picking up off the ground.
Oh,
The wind was starting. Yeah, there's supposed to be some insane wind action. I mean, I could actually hear it as the moments are passing outside the window now.
Is it
Where-
Yeah, me
snowing?
too. I hear the wind. It's howling.
Oh yeah, it's really windy outside.
And are you
Wow.
getting a snowstorm or no? No snow.
No snow,
Uh,
thank God.
Not
they
until
said-
Sunday night.
They said, well, Sunday night they said that it's going to start out as snow, but it's going to turn over to rain pretty quickly, and then the rain
Except where Joe Castelli is.
is really.
Oh, his ass is getting snow.
Andy, what you doing down wherever you are?
Where are you, Andy? Jersey, right?
Jersey.
I'm right by Little Falls.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
That's right. So
What is it with Little Falls? That's where we keep our bus and our trailer.
Wow, I never heard of it.
it's
Yeah, well, little-
big
And
place.
it's the tiniest town in like the universe, pretty much. But I don't know. We kind of fly under the radar. And I only moved here 7 years ago, but from the next town over, Cedar Grove, where I lived like my whole life. So, but yeah, it's a kind of a cool town. There's some great little restaurants, and nobody fucking bothers you, which is like the best. Like no one gives a shit what anybody else is doing. There's no like drama.
Whoa! Is this in America?
Yeah, New Jersey. Little
Yeah,
Falls.
but it's you know what? I think because there's nothing exciting like to attract anyone here. So we're just sort of like on the path to Willowbrook Mall for some people, you know.
Listen, wait a minute. Nothing excited. I see people getting excited over a blinker down here and getting guns involved.
Oh yeah, no one here cares.
Oh, I'll show you. Put your blinker on in front of me, you mother.
Yeah, but well, up here you can't have a gun, so that doesn't happen.
Well,
Guess what?
Guess what?
They still got them.
They still.
Oh yeah.
Guess what?
And you gotta love it. Well, there's two kinds of people down. Well, there's a lot of different kinds of people down here where we are, but you can always tell there's the ones that have the bumper sticker that say some of us aren't on vacation.
And then there's some bumper stickers that say "Flow Grown" with the state of
Yeah,
Florida.
flow grown. That's
Flow
fine.
grown.
Flow grown.
That's usually a redneck.
Yeah, but it gets pretty. There's a lot of Yahoo and a lot of oh wow. So
Yeah.
let me just shift the
Lot of
attention
pickup
to
trucks down
Dr.
here.
Heinisch for a second. We didn't ask you for your survival
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
Who would you go with, and what would you take from
That's
your
right.
wig?
He would only need himself. Anybody else would get in the way.
I'd probably take a guitar tech that I've worked with in the past, because he's like a MacGyver, and I would probably take an MS-10 mic stand with me.
I'd be smart, good, convertible,
guitar
weapon, good weight. That's
You're not
very
going to
nice.
give me many props.
And you could use it as a bowl, and the bass as a bowl if you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you plug the hole, but
Well, you can plug the hole.
Well, Scott and Andy don't know what we're talking about.
All right, okay, guy. Well, we're doing, Naked and Afraid, the show Naked and Afraid.
I've heard of it. I might have saw a moment of it.
All right. Well, basically, what it is
You're out there with nothing.
you're in the middle of the jungle with nothing except you can bring one thing with you, and you're out there with a stranger
You got no food
for a week.
No
There's
clothes,
nothing. Here you go, and at the end
no
of a
weapons.
week, you walk out this way a couple of miles, and we'll pick you up.
And you
That's
gotta
what
survive.
it is. And you have to survive.
So,
So my thing was, out of all the people that you've ever played with,
Or worked with.
Yeah. Who would you take with you, and what's the one thing out of your rig that you would bring with you?
Who would you take that you would think, hey,
that
they
you
could
survive
help you survive? And I wouldn't want to kill them.
So, okay, I need a moment on that.
All right, well, Lenny, you're up.
Yeah, Lenny, you're up,
think
bud.
about it. You've been in here, Lenny.
Yeah, I've been giving this some thought. I mean, this is probably right now. This is what I would take with me. This is what I would take with me right now.
Yeah, but that's gone out.
They got to throw it there.
Now, what was the first question?
Who would you take that you worked with?
Who would
I take?
Yeah.
Okay. This is what went through my mind. In the early stages of the Rats, we had this two guys that worked for us. They were brothers. They were brothers, and they were like acrobats or something. They were on the crew. I'm not sure why we had them working, but they were strong and they were young, and they could do flips and stuff. Right? They could do flips. One would stand on the other guy's shoulder, and then he would flip over backwards and land on his feet. I would take either both of those guys or either of those guys with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need somebody to do a backflip into a tree.
Flip over you.
I'm telling you, these guys could get it done.
Oh, God. And what would you do?
So you take Flipper.
And I would sit there. I would sit there and point.
What would you take from your rig?
It could be your sound rig.
Oh, from my rig?
Yeah.
Oh, it was definitely this. This is my rig right now.
I guess that's part of your rig. No,
that would get you through some part of the time.
My other rig is in the closet.
Well, you wouldn't realize how miserable
I've never been addicted to heroin, but I wonder if you could, bring
some heroin
and just
some work.
Be out for the whole time
and not get eaten by the tiger.
I'm not hungry. I mean,
no,
I don't.
But you have to make it to the extraction point.
Well, that's
so
where that's where the rest of the heroin is.
Make a raft and get across some water because the helicopter comes and picks you up at an extraction point. So you have to make your way. You can't just lay in the woods. You have to get to where the helicopter in time.
You can't just lay in the woods.
Right, they have so many days to make their way to where the helicopters kind of come save them.
All right, so okay.
Yeah.
All
you can't be a junkie laying in the
Okay,
woods.
so time's up, guys.
But
Who's
you know
going
what? If
first?
you had heroin, you could stab that tiger with it.
Yeah, that's
Uh-oh. It's a coup d'etat.
Now we're starting to think, guys.
Yeah.
You shoot the tiger up with some heroin and ride him out. Right? It'd be a little slow, but nothing would mess with you.
Like Tarzan.
Oh,
shit.
Give me up.
Is
heroin
part of your rig?
It could be. Well, you know what?
Whose rig?
No, he already said he would bring his bass drum.
Yeah, no, I would bring I would bring a bass drum as well. Probably for my 5s kit because it's fiberglass. Because I could, if I needed to move stuff in it, I could just roll it along. Right? I could use it as a shelter.
A rain barrel.
I could use it as a rain barrel. I could use it to collect stuff in. I could sleep underneath it to keep me dry at night. It would perfect. Bass drum. Look like an asshole walking through the woods with a bass drum,
what?
but
There's nobody there. Except the
I have to probably get the largest flight case that I ever owned.
Oh. This has to be
yeah, but you gotta get it someplace. You have to
carry it though.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Then maybe just keep it really simple and use a cymbal stand and sharpen it up.
I think I got a pitch this show.
Yeah, we got to pitch this one, man.
Yeah, good time to pitch the show.
No COVID, no COVID
there's no
restrictions.
people.
Right, come on, John
Somebody say
Boncho.
something funny.
And Meatloaf, let's go.
The ultimate isolation challenge.
You have to call him something besides meatloaf because after the
Oh,
third
yeah.
day you'd be saying meatloaf, yum.
Meatloaf.
Okay, Andy,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay, yeah, Andy, you're up. Who would you take and what would you bring?
What would I bring? See, I don't know. I have a simple rig. It's just a P-base and a small suitcase amp. So neither one would do me any good survival.
That's not true. There's strings on a P
Wait,
bass.
who did Scott
I
say he
always
was
thought
going to
about the P-base as a weapon. I thought if some
You
idiot
could beat a squirrel to death with a P-base.
my P-base. That would be my part of the rig. As far as the person, it would absolutely be my first lighting guy, Dave McDonald. He could build anything out of anything.
Okay.
He was the MacGyver. He was the one who would come into the hotel room, and he was the light. He was the person that I knew that he built light. They were like put them up on racks. He was always building shit.
Yeah, those are great guys to have.
Did Scott say
yeah.
who he'd bring? Who did Scott say he would
Yeah,
bring?
who are you bringing them with you, Scott? And what do you bring?
He's bringing
Just not having enough time to really dig into that. I think I'd probably bring Chris Tristram, who I'm currently working with, because he has shown himself to be very creative at fixing things and improvising on repairs, etc. He's pretty slick with that, and I think I am too. So we'd probably make a good team in that regard.
All right.
Okay, well, so what
Steve,
is today? Today's
Steve, I noticed that neither of us said we would take any artist that we ever worked for in the main, because I think we would strangle them.
yeah. But you did make a valid point there. Then you're fed for the whole week. And I mean, there's a lot you could do with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do with that. So poor Angus is out. I said,
he's enjoying his daughter's.
he's enjoying. He
play or whatever.
says she's doing a play at school or something, and he says, put me in the balcony alone. And they let, because he delivers,
Noise.
I don't know. So they have.
I
So
thought that they-
I said, Angus, you're not going to broadcast part of the show? I guess not.
I thought that he could say.
Cut out, Booker. Can't hear you.
Yeah, you cut out what?
I said I thought that he would be on say birthday the first.
Did you get that? You're
So
glitching.
yeah, you're glitching. He thought
I'm
it'd be.
glitching.
Well,
Wow.
it's Lenny is feeding back, and it's
Yeah.
keeps going to his mic. Yeah, Lenny, you got to turn yourself down.
Just mute, Lenny, mute.
Great,
Need him.
Yeah, mute when you're not talking.
Lenny. My ass.
Oh,
Change your
Is this any
frequency.
better? Do I have to yell?
No,
Quick,
using the
quick.
mute button would be helpful.
the
Using
music.
the mute button would be helpful. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Lenny, how many years did you do sound?
Who's saying?
Oh my God.
Oh man. I was saying before, I said I thought that Angus would be in so we could say happy birthday to Franny in person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they're.
We said to her last night, "Happy birthday." Oh, Lenny's
God.
fucking cracking me up. Look, he's trying to get on. It's
I
like,
know.
how can I make them listen to me?
He found it.
Oh shit! That's
Oh
what
my
that's
God.
sweet. Kitty Tiger, one of our viewers from Detroit, says the squeak has always been Lenny. She figured it out.
Hey,
That hamster wheel.
It sounds
Steve.
like a hamster wheel.
Huh.
what did you do, Steve?
What did
Did
I
you
do?
mute my mic?
Because you're
No.
squeaking.
How could I do that? I'm all the way here in America.
And Booker.
You're lying.
Oh,
Shit.
My mic was muted.
Lenny, you didn't mute your mic?
I did not.
Now, did you hear about the
Somebody-
girl?
Somebody muted my mic, and as far as I know, Booker can't do it, and Joe can't do it, and that guy can do it.
Look at the stuff he's got. He's got stuff. He's got stuff. He's on the Great Wall of China. There's no telling what they can do.
Oh, shit.
Guys,
But did you hear about this
was
girl?
I feeding back?
No,
No,
not
no,
anymore.
no.
Not now.
You're
No,
not now.
No.
What the fuck?
So whatever you did, it
Yeah,
worked.
whatever you did, it
Lenny!
worked. Yeah, very good, man.
Let's take Lenny with us to the.
This girl
Jungle.
is on one of those court shows, and she beat the shit out of her boyfriend because of his guitar collection. Beat the shit out of him, and the machines messed his eye up pretty bad, and she gets a lady judge, and the lady judge is trying to give her an easy time, and she says to her, first offender, and she said, no, first a Gibson, then the Fender.
Wait,
That's good.
Get it now, Lenny.
I get these every day from Gene Cornish.
He says
I scared
is
the
that
shit-
right?
What?
She says some bad ones.
I scared the shit out of my post by showing up at the door naked. I'm not sure which scared him more, the fact that I was naked or the fact that I knew where he lived.
Whoa.
He sends you these
Very
every day.
good, Steve. Very good.
That's all from Gene
That's
Cornish.
Cornish, man. That's
Oh,
Funny.
every day he says
every
jokes.
day. I get plenty of
But he
material.
doesn't want to come on the show.
You know, I see
shit.
every time I see him is at usually a gig that Benny is right,
Oh yeah. Well, Benny,
and he walks up and he introduces himself like it's the first time I've seen him every time.
Yeah.
Well, here's one he sent me with more. Here's what he sent me with Maury Povich, and he's reading results, and he said, you claim to know the chord changes. Based on the results of your solo, that was a lot.
That's very good. I like that one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, this one's good, too. Hey, he does send some great shit. Robert goes up and he asks the televangelist to pray for his hearing. Right? And so the televangelist grabs him by the head and he shouts out to the whole congregation, we're going to pray for his hearing. Come on, let's do what we can in the name of the Lord for his hearing. He's shaking his head on this side. He's shaking his head on this side. He said, come on, everybody, it's for his hearing. It's for his hearing. Everybody shout it out so we can hear you. And so after about 5 or 10 minutes, people started to get out of breath. He says, so, how's your hearing now, son? He said, I don't know. It's not till next week. Oh, frickin' Gene.
Okay, Lenny, come on, Lenny.
This is a...
And he knows every joke, like Steve will tell him,
This
like,
is
oh, and he'll know it.
This is a great one. This is a great one. I helped my neighbor hang.
Wait. Are you going to start another a story? Give me a second. I'll be right back.
A story? He's telling a joke.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Lenny's got to go fill his long up.
Oh, shit. I think maybe he's got
shit.
a... Oh, yeah.
That's funny he wants to take his vape. But if you think about it, that's pretty smart because you'd be kind of numb to everything.
That's why I
What's he
figured
got?
just go deep.
Oh, he's got a teddy bear for
Oh,
a
that's
pillow.
nice. Okay.
Oh, Lenny, you're such a teddy
Okay,
bear.
go ahead.
Okay, the other
Oh,
day.
you're telling another story.
The
He's
other-
going to
the other-
sleep.
the other
He's
day-
bored.
I get it. The other day, I was helping my friend hang his 75-inch television set that he bought from a crackhead. And when we plugged it in, it was the menu from KFC.
Menu. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned KFC because I know a guy who was so broke he used to go to KFC and lick other people's fingers.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Funny.
You mentioned KFC.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
That was funny.
It's
That
funny
was
you
deep.
mentioned KFC.
What? It's KFC?
What about
It's
you?
funny you mentioned KFC. That's a very funny line.
It is?
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
You're coming down.
How,
and bringing
how
us
so?
down with you.
How so, Lenny?
I don't know. It was just like, oh, it's funny you mentioned KFC, and I don't remember mentioning KFC.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
It was in the joke.
We were in the middle of a KFC joke, and then another joke broke out.
Are those breaks that I hear?
It looks like he's in the therapist office. The way he's laying
I'm slowing to a stop.
Oh, shit.
Holy
This is a meme I found. I have to. Well, let me turn off my background for a second so you can see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's time for pastures.
Oh, get
1 minute left in the show.
Oh, get them while they're
Because
hot.
we're watching Battle
It
Butts.
says, "Can you see that?"
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
I
that.
see
I
it.
saw that on Facebook the other day, and it's the
And
truth,
then the
right?
bottom one is it's night 2022. It says the same exact thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Well, we have to pay the band $100 a man. That was.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we had a pretty good night, but we still have to pay those guys in the band $100 each. That's in 1982. In 2022, yeah, we had a pretty good night, but we have to pay the guys in the band $100
Oh,
each.
man, that's about right, isn't it?
And you know what? Sad enough to say that is so true. It is so
Yeah.
true because I have to tell you, back in the early days, like when I was working with Molly Cribb, if we made like $1,000 a night, we were like, "Oh shit, we're in the big time." Do you know? Like at the club I work in Montclair, they're still like if the band's making $1,000 a night, they're like happy. It's like big money for them. It's I'm like, yeah, that's when like back in the 80s when beer was $1, a ladies' night, everybody gets in for free. Here's a free T-shirt. Your rent is $100 a month or whatever. People are still paying bands that shit music, that shit money. It's like ridiculous. It's
Hey,
just
what happened? You couldn't see the clock?
Hey, Jeff.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Lori. Hi, Steve.
I wanted you to wear a
Hi,
pirate.
Jeff.
I wanted you to wear a
Hey,
pirate
Jeff.
patch.
I had a patch on, but I took it off. They took it off today.
Oh, they did. And what did you have done? The LASIK stuff?
No, in the auto industry, they call it remove and replace my right lens.
Oh,
yeah, big time.
Wow, lens job.
Real surgery.
I had cataract replacement surgery 27 years ago, and then retinal detachment a year after that. And because of all the surgeries, it weakened the bands that hold the lens in place. And so they had to take the lens out and suture a new one in.
Ooh.
Yeah,
called-
and did you get that high tech, the really good one?
I don't know.
Or did you get the PV lens?
Yeah, I got the PV lens. No, what was the amp with the quilted sides?
Custom.
The custom lens.
Nice.
Did they
You mean that
sedate
famous brand, Carlo Rebelli?
Yeah.
Well, the
I had,
viewers.
I had a friend that went to the eye doctor the other day, and he said, "You have a cataract," and he said, "No, Rinkin."
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
come on,
Yeah.
this is
The
a
jokes
tough
could
film.
go on.
Well, I got to tell you, the viewers are all saying, "OMG, I'm laughing so much. This is such a fun show." So
It is a fun
the
show.
viewers are liking it.
Oh, I get. Do you all get Lenny's pasture? His pasture?
Lenny's pasture.
Yeah, he's pasture out.
He's pastured out.
Yeah.
He's pasteurized.
And you know how you'll go into surgery and you wonder, make sure they take out the right body part of something. So they put a little mark on my forehead.
Oh wow!
You should have that tattooed.
I know, right?
No.
Look at that.
It's like the game Operation Take Out Wrenched Ankle.
Well, it's 2 letters.
What would they do if they had what's his name?
What?
Oh God, I blew the whole joke.
Mike Tyson.
Somebody who's dyslexic.
No, come on. What's the guy's name? Pop star now.
What's it got to do with anything?
He's got tattoos all over his face.
Oh, yeah.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
No telling what they would do to him.
Yeah. They'd stick some gaffer tape across his forehead and write on that, you know.
And again, the answer to everything is
Gaffer tape.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yep. No, I know. I believe me. Our road crew. I think I told you the story about the ball with the name, right?
Okay, so wait. Now,
Yeah.
Double Vision. Where is Double Vision playing tomorrow night?
We are at Penn's Peak in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
Jim Thorpe. Wow.
Penn's Peak.
In a very, very quaint, charming town. Very charming place. Great venue. Big venue.
PENNS?
PENNSPEAK. Penn's Peak.
Penn's Peak. Got it. And that's in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania.
Correctamundo.
Tomorrow night.
That's where Bobby Eulo was living.
Yeah. Yep. I know. I went there to see him one time.
It's a nice town and a nice venue. We're looking forward to it.
Well,
Very, 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 very conservative.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to go there.
So wait, listen, Invisible Man. I have another question. Did they only do one eye at a time? They only did one eye.
Yes. Just the right one is bad. The left one's fine.
So now are they the same, or is the right one better?
It remains to be seen. It's blurry right now.
Okay.
Originally, I had distance vision in my left eye and reading vision in my left eye, or whatever.
Yeah, monovision.
Yeah, and they set it the same. They put the same the same power in there.
Oh, good.
See what happened?
Yeah, that's nice.
Did they drop in like a parametric equalizer while they were at it? Just like tweak it accordingly?
You know,
surgeon was from Paramus, New Jersey, Mousy.
Oh, of course. Everybody's from New Jersey. Dude, you just missed Jan and Bob were on down in Aruba with Rich Verge.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Birthday.
Oh, it's Bob's birthday. They're waiting.
Nice.
Happy birthday to Bob.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So I have an eyeball joke in case, because I see the pastors are out. I have an eyeball joke if you want before we go.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, this guy's out at sea.
Oh,
and he's,
no.
Stop me if you've heard this one.
Wait, if we've heard this, so can we make noises?
Well, how will I know if you've heard it?
Joke, but Mousy, I'm sure you've
I'll
heard
know.
it.
I'll know it if I've heard it. As soon as I know I've heard it, I'm going to start making noises.
Every time, that's okay. Cause
He can mute you.
No, I can't. I can't, but somebody can. Every
I bet my mic is off.
Sailor
I know
goes
my
out
mic is
to
off.
sea.
Fuck you,
Oh,
Steve.
shit.
I'll turn off my mic.
Hey, Lenny, lay down now.
Yeah, calm
Lori.
down.
Hello.
Calm down.
Getting
Sorry.
Guy goes out to sea 3-4 months at a time, and wherever port he lands at, he looks for the absolute kinkiest sex that he can find on the planet. He is looking for the most unusual act, whatever it could possibly be. He's been out for 4 months. He pulls into wherever the hell it is, and he goes right to the brothel, and he says, listen, I'm looking for the craziest shit you got. Don't start me off slow. Don't start me off easy. I'm looking for the kinkiest, wildest thing that you got going on here. So they said, okay, that's easy. Couple of flights up, all the way to the end of the hall, last door on the right.
You know this one, Lenny?
Yeah.
I know it.
Have you been there?
Do you know it? Do you know it?
I'm not going to say a word. Keep going.
Not yet. I don't want to start making noises prematurely.
Guy walks down to the end of the hall and he sees the door and he slides it open, and there's an old lady sitting in a rocking chair knitting with a cat in her lap. And the guy said, oh, I'm sorry, I must have the wrong room, I must have been. She said, no, I know why you're here. Come on here, darling, help me over to the bed. That guy's thinking to himself, holy shit, what is this? Helps her over to the bed. She said, all right, I need to be about halfway down in the middle of the bed. And he kind of positions her into place.
She put her cat off of the bed. The cat's not involved.
Cat's not involved. And she says, and he goes, well, what's this? She says, are you ready? And he says, yeah. She pushes on the side of her head and her eyeball pops out, right? And she goes, go ahead. Well, bang. The guy gets an instant hard on. He starts going nuts. He's having the time of his life. She's winking. I mean, they're just going to town. And so at the end of it,
she's winking.
So it's all over. She's cleaning out. She's
You want me to tell the rest?
She's cleaning out her eye. The guy said, lady, I'm going back out to sea, but I promise you I'll be back to see you again. She said, okay, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Oh, man.
I don't think
Steve,
that one gets a pass.
Steve.
She cleaned her eye out. I like the winking bit.
You take such joy in telling these jokes.
Oh, he loves telling jokes.
Steve.
Okay, who has heard that joke before?
Me.
Not me.
What?
Not me.
I've never heard it before.
No, not me.
Do you see that?
You joke, right?
Oh, it's great.
I like the magician one. That one just.
That's one of my favorites.
Ta-da!
I'm sure I told the Hunchback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that too, but I mean, you really.
Tell it again, Daddy.
Lenny.
Who said that? Who said that, Lenny?
Lenny.
Tell it again, Daddy.
Oh my God, I can't even.
You're smoking some good shit.
Holy shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Man. Well, Sue Lucente was in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. When OMG, I'm crying. I'm laughing so much.
I'm crying
so
too.
we're making people
The ratings are going crazy right now.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah, we're
They've
rolling
doubled.
into sweeps month.
Oh,
They've doubled.
she's been watching
They've
us for a
doubled.
year and a half. She's been
Oh, God.
Were you talking about cannibalism before?
No, but I got a good
Yeah,
Canada.
like-
Right?
Sure you were. With Naked and Afraid, if you brought
Oh well,
someone
yeah. I guess
that
we
you
were
could
talking.
eat
Yeah, I
them.
guess we were talking about that.
Did you
Sure.
hear about?
I
Did
don't
you hear
remember
about
cannibalism.
Jeffrey Dahmer? Did you hear about Jeffrey Dahmer's boyfriend?
Oh, let's hear it.
He
No.
dumped him.
He dumped him. Oh.
I don't get it.
Oh, what did the leper say to the prostitute?
Wait. Explain that.
No,
to me.
no, no, no.
Dumped him. He cut him up and put him in the freezer. What does it mean he dumped him?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Meaning
That,
after
joke,
he
that
put him in
particular joke doesn't make sense to me.
me either.
after he cannibalized him, he went to the bathroom.
Oh,
Eventually.
okay.
Oh.
All right.
Hey, Duct Tape.
Okay.
Good one,
Horrible.
Scott.
I see. Okay.
That ain't funny, I'll tell you that.
Wait
All
a
right,
minute,
what-
that's horrible. That's horrible. The fact that he pooped him out, not the fact that he like killed him and ate him. That's the bad part.
I don't know. I
It's
hope
old
I didn't
news.
cross the line.
What? Whoa! What did the leper say to the prostitute?
Oh,
I'll leave you a tip.
yeah. Keep the tip.
Keep the tip.
Keep the tip.
All right. Okay.
Don't get me
God.
started.
What? Go ahead.
Don't get me started with jokes.
Oh no. Well, listen. It's. I'm gonna have to start paying for overtime on the satellite.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Steve, I love that background. What's the significance of the window?
Yeah, what the fuck?
There's an REO song.
It says there's a candle. I'll leave a candle in the window.
Window.
So
Hold
you're
on.
like a candle
Oh.
in the window on a cold, dark winter night.
So you'll see they are. Let me
And when,
exploit the candle. For
And
you.
I used to
Oops.
listen to that song and think about Steve before we were together, after I was broken up with Felix, my ex.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, Steve is the candle in the window on a cold, dark winter night.
Ooh.
He's the one.
Oh, and he's got
And you obviously still are.
Yeah, and
There
then we
you-
got
well,
together.
yeah.
But yeah, and I told him that I thought of him when
Yeah,
I would
so,
play
you
that
know.
song.
Yeah, it's working out so far.
Yeah.
But that is the significance of the
Well,
window
yeah,
and the
'cause I can't
candle.
find- I can't
And if
find
you
this
look
feeling
close, Joe,
anymore.
that stuff in that window's moving, and so's the candle. Could you see that?
Yes, I see the candle flickering, and I saw things going through that. Yeah.
But it's not a cold, dark winter
You know what? I'll tell you what. Instead of ending on a humorous note, I'm going to end on an ironic note.
Okay.
You know that I'm doing this Vernon Kelton thing. If you don't, I'm a live documentary about Roy Orbison, blah blah blah.
Steve's producing and he's not playing.
And it's got narration, and it's a whole thing, and I'm really happy and inspired, not the least by you guys that are doing the tribute bands and so on and so forth. So we've got this keyboard player number
That
2.
you don't know.
That you don't know, none of you know
No,
him.
that you, Steve.
I
don't
certainly
know.
don't know him. I picked the
The
MD.
drummer got him.
I had the feature guy, and I picked the MD, who I knew would put a good band together. Blah blah blah. And so he gets keyboard player number 1 at the suggestion of one. He gets a guitar player and bass player. Good tree, good, nice, tight section for this kind of music. And one of them says, "Oh, I know a keyboard player." They get him. He lasts a couple of weeks, and that's the end of that. And then,
Well, because none of them are getting paid. They're putting in the time.
yeah, it's
because they'll get
it's
paid
like,
well.
yeah, but it's also not taking you away from your paying gig either.
Right.
So if you
Yeah.
can develop something, so keyboard player number 2 comes on the scene. And I said, and I called a friend of mine and said, "Listen, I'm doing this thing. It's going to be blah, 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 blah. Can you think of an agent?" He said, "Absolutely. You got to call this guy. He's in New York City. He handles all kinds of da. And so I call him up, and he said, "Great. I'm going to need a sizzle reel. I'm going to need a picture, and whatever else you can give me." So I said, "Okay." So I said, "Guys, you're rehearsing on Friday. Can we get a picture taken? Can you just go out and take a picture and blah 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 blah." And the keyboard player says, "Oh, I can't make it. My car's in the shop, and I have a gig tomorrow, and I
Right.
can't afford
And
this
I'm
and that
not
and the other
prepared to
thing, and
go
I'm not
to the
prepared, and
sizzle reel."
this is way too much pressure for me, right?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Guys, do me a favor. Take the picture anyway without the guy, just the 4 of you."
Right.
Pictures looked like shit, so it didn't matter. So the following week, I book time at EKO, which is where everybody shoots those videos. You guys have probably all been there, right?
On Long Island.
And he says, "I don't know the stuff well enough. I don't think we should do it."
And now he's holding up progress
So,
because the agent
so
wants the freaking
I
sizzle
said,
reel.
"Guys, we gotta freaking do this." I said, I don't want to talk to his hands. Just go there because they do a multi-track,
Right.
and we can fix it in the mix. Just stay off the keyboard player as much as possible, and don't shoot any of his hands.
And he was like an hour late.
And he was an hour late, so luckily they did the what do you call it? The ones that don't have keyboards in them. So then we have a real opportunity to get with a Manhattan shooter and get a real photo shoot done. And he's, this is too much pressure for me. I can't do this. So I call up absolutely one of the top keyboard players that I know in my life.
Which they probably know.
Well, okay. I mean, whatever. And I said,
Brand X and Wondrous
Keith,
Stories.
do you know Chris Clark? Anybody?
Yeah.
I said, Chris,
he
was in the End Whistle Band, and he was in Torque, and he'd done a bunch of recordings for me over the years with me. I said, Chris, do me a favor. I'll pay you to just be in this photo shoot, and then at the end of it, just, hang out with these guys. And so they went, they did a photo shoot, blah, blah, blah. He goes back to the rehearsal. He's playing this stuff, never even heard it before, and he's killing this other guy, right? So I said, look, to the MD, I said, look, if the other guy can't take the pressure of it, have him be the sub and let Chris learn the whole thing. And, that way, there's no pressure. This guy's got 2 gigs. He's not worried about anything. And he gets insulted.
And said, I don't want to be a sub.
And says, I don't want to be a sub. And starts writing on Facebook that I stiffed him out of his money. I've never even met this guy. I wouldn't.
No, you're using him in his likeness in the sizzle reel, and he didn't get paid. And then he calls the agent. And is writing to the agent. I mean, and this is a serious, top line dude. So I've got this sizzle reel that I think it looks really good, but now all of a sudden I've got to edit out this motherfucker. And Steve just put him in 3 shots because he thought he sucked anyway.
Yeah. Steve, where are these guys at? Where are they at? They're in New York?
They're in New York, yeah.
In New York? You want me to go take care of them?
Yeah.
Come on, I'm in. I'll go.
Taken care of.
Only if I can
I'll
her until Sunday.
5-minute conversation. He'll never bother you again.
Yeah, I agree.
It seems like violence.
I agree.
I won't. I don't have.
Oh, I know.
They
Believe
have
Booker.
Chris Clark come in and do all the parts, and then Steve had to fly him in.
But it's so ironic
and he wouldn't stop calling
he's
the agent.
He's writing to what? 6 people on Facebook that an industry professional is taking advantage of me, using my performances, called my house. I mean,
He said, what kind of person are you? It's like, what? What kind of person are you? You can't learn the book and you too much pressure?
It was just nuts, man. It was just really nuts. And
They're out there. They are out
that
there.
happens all the time. What's the Steely Dan thing? As the guy is doing a take. There's the other guy is on his way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, man, come on. I mean, but well.
But hey, Booker, if we need you, it's good to know.
Believe me, it's very good to know. And whatever it is, I'm there with you.
Yeah. But Chris Clark's in the band.
Yeah, and they sound great, and we got to replay because EKO gives you multi-track. We just had Chris play over these parts. And, since it's not really showing the guy and I'm editing around his hand.
And Steve's taking 6 hours, 8 hours a day trying to replace every
so
image
long to rotoscope this shit. Do I go out and do iMovie like every other idiot in the world?
Wait.
No.
And he got the images out, and then the guy calls the agent and said, my parts are still in there.
They're still using my parts.
They're still using my parts, and they sucked. This guy's
and it was like, and I could understand you wanting us to take your pictures out if we were going to leave the parts in. Because I wouldn't want my picture near those parts either. But, dude, you're going to tell us that plinky Casio keyboard sounding shit is you, even when we can't see you?
So now Chris Clark's making it sound like an orchestra.
He's just great. So
everything
anyway.
for a reason.
So, the more things change, the more they don't fucking change.
Yeah. Like
he's definitely not the guy you'd want on an island with you.
Well,
good call.
Maybe as a food source.
You'd want to eat that? No.
Hey,
Maybe
listen,
like gator bait.
think about it. Bones for
you go.
weapons. You know, I've already got the drum. I just roll them along. When I eat something, hack off a finger, throw it on the Barbie.
Hey, Joe, how much snow you think you're gonna get?
Who,
Joe.
me?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're going to get like, well, an inch, a couple of inches before it rains. It will turn to rain. That's what they say.
Along
Yeah.
the coast, they're expecting it to turn to rain really quickly, but
Really quickly.
but
Yeah.
out where Joe is, where all the rich folk in Jersey live, they don't have to shovel their own snow, so they don't care.
When is it going to snow? Sunday?
But John, so those are your ponies in the background.
Sunday night and the Monday, yeah.
Asheville's
Sunday
supposed to
into
get
Monday, yeah.
6 to 8 inches.
I saw a meme where a woman is saying she's sweeping about a foot of snow off a car, and she's saying the entire time, we don't get hurricanes, we don't get earthquakes, we don't have alligators. We don't.
Where does she live?
She was up here somewhere, but she was pushing about a foot of snow off her car.
Until about a week ago, I had not seen snow since 2018, and I saw some snow in Richmond, and then I spent 20 hours in a traffic jam.
Oh, bro, you were in that mess on 95?
Yes, I was.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
I'm done.
The papers.
I'm done with snow.
Wow, yeah, I could tell you. Ooh, man.
What was that like? 20 hours? Were you in one of those, between Richmond and DC, there are what do you call high occupancy lanes, but they're concrete on both sides. So they open the gates and you can go through that. So if you're in there, I was thinking anyone in there was not getting out at all because there's not even really an exit.
Yeah.
I was between Richmond and Fredericksburg.
I know.
And that's where it was worse. And it's kind of like no man's land. And basically everything was going well and traffic started slowing down around 2 in the afternoon. I didn't get out till 10:15 the next morning.
Oh man.
It got down to 9 degrees. I watched my fuel go from like half a tank to below a quarter of a tank. And you never had the feeling at all that someone was coming to check on you. You were just hoping they cleared out whatever was up front because nobody, was walking around. Everybody kept to themselves, stayed in their cars.
What if you had to pee?
I did.
Oh, they said people were just getting out of their cars and peeing because what are you going to do after?
Weren't you hungry, or did you have a friend that you didn't care for in the car?
That's right. Yeah, I dumped them. No, but I couldn't. Sorry. So, actually, I had eaten just before the traffic jam. I had some lunch at around 1:30, 2 o'clock, just before I got in that traffic jam. And I didn't eat for that 20 hours. I didn't have any water with me or anything.
Ooh,
and thank God I didn't have to do anything more than pee because whatever people did, there was no privacy. You had cars on top of cars. You had, it was really cold and people really kept to themselves. If it were summertime, it would have been like what do they call that party? Like they have at a football game,
Tailgate.
like a tailgate.
Hang on a bit.
No, this wasn't, man.
I think what I would have done in that situation, I don't know. But if I was alone, you were alone?
Yes, I was alone. And not only that, well, go ahead.
I would have found 3 other cars with people that were alone in those cars.
COVID.
And freeze to death.
Yeah.
And stay in one car as long as you can and then go to the next car and use their gas as long as you can because you don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I never got to that point.
I actually run out of gas than chance.
Go ahead, freeze, bitch, freeze.
Yeah, right. I took
an electric car.
I just went with the flow. I never got stressed out. It was a little surreal because for hours it didn't make the news until the next morning, really, and you felt like nobody was thinking about you. And I'm sitting there saying, man, like if you have to use the facilities or if it's a woman and it's beyond peeing, what are you going to do? And then people might get dehydrated and this, that, what if you have somebody who has a heart attack or a medical issue. What a big disaster. I look at it and as an experience. So I feel in a way now that's behind me. It's like, okay, I did it. It was cool, but it was different than. Well, the craziest thing was I left South Miami at 10:15 on Sunday night, and I only had slept 1 hour by the time I got into that traffic jam. Then I was in that mess for 20 hours, and I didn't get to New Jersey till 7:30 on Tuesday night. So it was almost 2 days sitting in a car.
Wow.
That's crazy. Well, Steve,
it's all good.
Yeah, look
There
at
it
those
is.
pictures.
There it
I
is.
think
Steve's
I
got it
my
up.
car.
Hey,
I
there's
just
Scott.
was thinking. I was just thinking. Ah!
Well, Steve said
How many-
if there was a VIP stuck in that traffic, you better believe they would have
Wow.
cleared it up.
No. A state, a U.S. senator from Virginia was stuck in it.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Tim Kaine, the guy who ran with Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Yeah.
Tim
He
Kaine
was
was
stuck in
there.
it
Yep.
for 27
Kaine,
hours.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they
But
said
if it
that
really
the
didn't
EMS
matter who
people
the
were
hell
going
you
from
were.
car to car. Like
That
just
about
EMS
sucks,
workers were
man.
just walking from car to car.
Well, I didn't see anybody.
Over all those miles. I mean, look at all those cars. Holy.
It was
Yeah.
like a 40 mile backup. And
Wow.
it was a real debacle.
Somebody must have had some food, though. Excuse me, do you have any food?
I tell you what, after that happened, I put 2 bags of beef jerky in the glove box in our car just in case. You never know.
Just because you never know, right?
never-
You do know that when you go to the movies with me, no matter how much shit I buy, it's going to be gone before the movie starts.
Yeah, but at least there's
Well, let's
stuff
bring
there.
some jerky.
That lasts for a long time. And it doesn't open.
Now, once I start
So
eating it, it doesn't
That's
last for a
food
while.
for
Yeah,
thought.
right, Steve?
All right, we've gone a half an hour over.
All right,
everybody.
that's it.
Wow.
I guess it's time to check out, kids. Anybody
We
got
have
plans
so
for the
much
weekend?
fun on Friday with you guys.
Look at you.
Hey, Jeff.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Wipe it out.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
Oh,
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh, Jesus. All right, kids, I am gone. I'm going to go, yep.
We're
Good to
gonna
see
go watch
you, everybody.
BattleBots.
Oh, BattleBots
Good night.
is back on. If anybody's into that,
well, we recorded. It's
Hey.
on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
A new one for me, Station 11.
Discovery, Station 11.
Watch that on HBO. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Station 11.
Station 11. Okay.
And then there's a series with John Cena. Oh, what's it called? Tell you in a second.
That movie with him was so.
You don't
funny.
have too many seconds.
Vacation Friends.
Did you see Vacation Friends with
Oh,
John
my
Oh,
Cena?
that's hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
Holy shit, that was funny.
And the
I'm waiting for the next season of Ozark
Peacemaker.
next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
When is
bro.
that?
You
Oh,
guys
I'm
ever
watching,
seen,
oh,
on
shit.
the waterfront?
I'm watching
Peacemaker
Man in
is
the High
John
Castle.
Cena.
Oh
Man
man,
in the
I
High
tried
Castle.
watching Man in the High Castle. I don't know. We couldn't stick with it for some
It
reason.
depends on what mood you're in. You know, you gotta
Yeah,
get
it
in the right
depends what
mood.
mood.
Have you
What,
seen?
what was the name of that comedy?
Which one? The
Vacation
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 Friends?
Friends?
Vacation Friends. Yeah, it's on Hulu.
Vacation-
Yeah.
Oh,
on
it's
Hulu.
funny,
The funniest
man.
movie
Hulu.
I've seen in years.
It's
fun.
just wrong. That's all. It's just
Yeah.
And John Cena
He is just
great
so
in it.
freaking.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
he's really funny in Peacemaker too. It's his character that was in the second Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, we haven't seen those.
No, we haven't
Are
seen
those any good? Those Suicide Squad movies?
I actually liked the first one better than the second one.
Yeah, because I heard some bad reviews, but you know how that
After
is.
some of the shit that you have us watching, you're listening to bad reviews.
Oh, come on, you have us watching fucking Mozart's documentary.
I love that documentary.
I think I'm going to go and watch reruns of Naked and Afraid right now.
Oh,
Oh, you know what?
All right.
stay away from that shit.
Yeah.
No, it just so happens.
And you'll be thinking, what would I bring? Who
That's
would
right.
I bring?
What would I bring? And would it sound like this?
That's Steve's music that's in it. So that's why we had to listen
I hope
to
not.
music. He's still getting royalty checks.
Still the royalties for this stuff.
That's nice.
1 year.
That's
I
right.
don't hear shit.
That's his shit. Yeah. That's in it.
That's Naked and Afraid's music?
That Steve wrote it, and they keep using it over and over.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's always the same music.
Oh,
So
That's
That's
great,
pretty
you
sweet.
know. It's
mailbox.
always
This
great
is-
when you make money and you don't have to do anything for it.
Oh, that's
You
it.
already did the work.
Yeah, man.
And
And
the
it's like,
editor must like it because he uses it every year. You know.
every 3 months, like, you know, it's like, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
And,
Naked and Afraid.
I'll tell you what's cool. I'm in a new show that I'm not
wait.
submitting anything.
He's in a show called Buried in the Backyard, which we.
Uh-oh.
What?
Buried in the back. I guess I don't know. My stuff must go good in murder stuff because I believe it or not, I get a check every 3 months from Who Killed Biggie and Tupac because
Yep.
I did some hip
He
hop
wrote
stuff.
some hip hop for that.
But it had to be of the day, so I had to get the 808
Yeah, it's
snare.
fun doing
I love doing that.
Yeah.
And then and so then all of a sudden my stuff starts turning up and Buried in the Backyard, and I said,
What is that?
What is that?
We
I'm
tried
looking
to
at my
watch
road,
it, but I was like,
and so we go, and and it's people.
An
like,
Amazing Race.
yeah, I mean, well, but that's legit. But
Yeah.
but this new one is called.
What do you mean that's legit?
Well, it's
They're
on
all
CBS.
legit.
Well, Murdered by Morning is
He's
not.
in Bear Grylls.
Yeah,
that
Bear
guy.
Grylls on
They
his
use him and
stuff.
all that shit.
Yeah, it's great.
And the one with Julia Roberts in Bear Grylls. They
The
use.
Big Red Nose Day when
Yeah.
they had to deliver the medicine. But I don't want to make. I just do. I do like
Because those
20
kinda
cues,
sounds.
20 cues for a show, and they probably use 150. But there's a bunch of guys. I don't want to make it sound
But
like
they
a
use his stuff over
over and over, man. It is
Because they keep using your stuff over and over again.
because those
So
sounds.
you're not exactly
go with it.
complaining, are you?
I'm
It's in the library, yeah.
That's great.
I'm not complaining. It's
Not
great,
complaining at
man.
all.
It's great. No matter what. And and I got a righteous deal because a lot of times when you work for a guy like that, they take everything. I get to keep some points.
Yeah.
And so it does
But
work.
he's
for
a
me,
ghostwriter,
And
so
I
his
got
name's
paid.
not on
I got
it.
paid, per. I did the work. I got paid for the block of work, and then I got my residuals.
Yeah.
It was a sweet deal, and it was.
But you don't get your name on the show.
Yeah, but that's okay because
It's just a library, that's all it is, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in a library.
Yeah, but
And
it's in a bin that they're using, man. It just
They use all
pops
the
up
time.
all over the place, and they use it a lot in the different, like there's Naked and Afraid, Uncensored. There's Naked and Afraid All Stars. There's
Oh, the XL version, yeah. With the pop-up bubbles and all the little.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Use it in
completely
all
obsessed with that show.
Yeah,
And
it's
we'll be
crazy.
watching it because he wants to
Yeah.
hear. He'll go, "That's mine. That's
Ah!
mine."
Just, I mean,
Writing them down, got a little pad, yeah.
And then you start getting into the story of it.
yeah, then it's
Listening to the music.
yeah. It's great, and it's been a real gift having that to do or
All right.
to have done.
Let's let everybody get on with their Friday night.
Okay, Chef Lori, that's
Chef Lori.
that's my that's my cue, guys.
Let's get cooking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good week.
And
Good night, everybody.
Good week, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
everyone.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.
Good.
Have a good night, everybody.
Football
fun.
weekend, football
Andy,
weekend.
don't talk so much.
Fuck, man.
Have a great weekend.
What happened?
Have a good one. Take care.
Bye. Be
fuck
safe,
you guys.
everybody.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
And then
There was Scott.
there was Scott. And there were none.
And there were none.
Then there was just you and us.
Okay,
And
well, that
what
was
happened?
fun. A lot of
So,
fun.
yeah, those
And,
guys, I mean, they're great.
Our
It's-
lawn chair people
the hell was
all had a
this?
good time. They were laughing and crying. And
I love our
peeing and
lawn chair
everything.
people. Where are they? Wait a minute. Where
Oh,
are
they
they?
claimed lawn chairs.
There
now.
they go.
I have them written down. Brenda
Yeah.
wants the blue-green one. Michael wants the green one. Gail wants the teal one. So we'll have to look and see.
Well, there they are. They're up now.
Okay, so let's see. The blue-green one is
That's
that
an Adirondack.
considered teal?
That's an
That's like
Adirondack
sea green.
chair. That's an Adirondack chair.
Okay, well Gail called that, but so did Brenda.
Yeah, but there's no
so-
table.
Which one's the green one? They all three want that same chair.
Oh, guys. There's 3 Adirondack chairs
They
there.
want that color because that's the best color.
Oh, I see.
Now, Pat Romano said, I'll take the black one. There's a black and white one, but that one belongs
Yeah,
to
I'd
Laurie
say,
Richards.
is there a black one? There's not a
No,
black
the black and white one
yeah.
belongs to Laurie Richardson.
Yeah,
so
she was the
there's
first
that.
one. Yeah, first one in. Red, white, and
And
blue one is cool,
Sue's
Pat. I
was,
would take that if I were you.
Sue's
Pat,
is the second from the left, the sling back.
I'm going to
one
suggest for you, Pat, the red, white, and blue chair.
in the back.
Take a good look. I don't want you to,
Okay, and I'll have
I
to
won't
see
push you
who
into
called that.
anything, but, you know.
Actually, it's like a sea green. I'll have to see who called that one first.
Yeah, and you got a couple of slingback chairs
No,
over
they
here.
wanted one said blue green. Brenda said blue
Hey, listen,
green.
you know
Michael
what?
said green.
Let me tell you
Gail
something.
said teal. I don't see teal.
Okay, well, we'll number them and we can pick them out next week.
All right, Monday.
Monday,
Oh, we
right?
got Brad coming back Monday.
Oh yes, our rock and roll
Laurie
artist.
Richardson, thank you.
Oh, Laurie Richardson.
Yes, Laurie Richardson. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there you go. You're right. Well, you know what? And because she hung in here, there's another one coming at you. There we go. Got that one out of the sound
She's
in
here
it.
every night.
I know, but she's, it's the red one. And Laurie Richardson, here comes
Sue
the
said she
green
laughed
one.
so much. I'm so glad, Sue.
Yeah, me too. That does my
We're
heart
here
good.
to bring joy to the world.
Well, to as much of the
Pat
world that
Romano
can
wants
handle it.
red, white, and blue. Okay, that's
Okay,
yours,
done.
Pat.
I'm telling you, Pat. I knew you'd go for that. So
Okay.
it's the best. It's,
All right,
it's
so
good
we're
for
gonna
you.
write you down for that one.
So that's you.
And,
And we'll figure out the rest of them next week on. But we got History Monday, whatever. I don't even know what we're calling that yet, but it's fun.
Yeah.
And you learn stuff
But
about
that,
music.
the one next to Kitty's lounge chair, the Adirondack chair, that's my favorite color. It's actually
sea green one, the
green.
one in between
yeah, and
the
I
lounge
think that's
chair?
the one that Gail said is teal.
Okay,
and
well
Brenda said
you've
is
got the
blue
lounge
green.
chair, then you've got the sea
Oh.
green one, then you have the
Is
turquoise
that
looking
like
one.
a chartreuse looking one?
Oh, I'm not doing chartreuse.
What is that yellow looking one?
That looks like urine. I don't know. It's like pea green. Pea green.
Well, Michael said green, so let's give him that one.
Well, that's definitely green. That is green,
Okay.
and then he has a front row seat.
So then,
That's okay. Are you really going to design the whole universe, or?
no, I'm gonna go and then cook some dinner.
God, I
I've been
laugh.
making Waldorf salads lately.
Oh,
which are
Waldorf
really good.
salads. Blair Waldorf salads.
Oh, Sue said number them. All right, we'll number them.
Yeah, we'll number. We'll put a chart out.
We got the weekend to work on that.
Yes, we do. So
Have a great weekend,
have a
everybody.
great weekend, and if we don't see you in the future, we'll see you in the pasture.